What is up? It is your boy Omega SMG coming at you with a new video. This time, as you can see, I have a fairly well sorted project for once. It's actually very well sorted. Uh, like I have some cool stuff going on, like mixing, routing, and everything, but it's not mixed that well. But anyways, um, this is uh, like an Atlanta trap type beat. Start off with that harp. That's not the melody. That is so corny. This is what it sounds like. As you can see, lots of gaps in there. This is what it sounds like. Oh yeah, I should probably make sure. Right point automation. I have a lot of automation song. This is what it sounds like. Okay, so let's go ahead and explain what exactly is going on here. Yeah, this is gonna be actually good video. So first thing we have going on here is every other bar we have this half step going down. This has a very horror like sound. Sounds spooky, you know. Gets you gets your feet gets you quaking in your boots. And to go ahead and add to that, have mute on uh where the snare would go. So this was done for more distance and to make it so that the snare could punch through a bit better because I didn't want too much noise there. And it worked for the most part. And then have more half steps going downwards, just lots of half steps, and then at the end, uh, add something there and to make it kind of like complete, but to still not make it we're still making it dissonant that like this. Like it still sounds dissonant, but it sounds good. And then there's just a pattern that I had for experimentation. Then we have our layer for, the mood bell that I made like forever ago. This is like the one sound I go to anytime I don't want to make a new sound. And I'm just like, what would sound good here? What would layer well with it? Mood bell. This is what it sounds like. Oh, also, something interesting about this, I just recently realized that this is pretty much just piano, funny enough. Like, frequencies are very similar if you look on an EQ. Um, so, anyways, I have those two layered together throughout the track. I'll go ahead and let you guys hear them together. Dynamic duo. So much automation. So much automation. Okay, so it sounds a bit funky, like the bell and the harp. They both sound a bit weird, but when they're in context, they sound pretty good. Speaking of context, go over this kick. It's just kick IH from X drums and really simple drum pattern, but it's a bit different from normal. This. Okay. Um. So I'm actually going to go over this kick pattern for once. There's some cool stuff going on here. So, as we can see, lots of double kicks. Like for this entire half, it's just da 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 da, and I do that because it gets your brain like ready to hear the da 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 da, and your brain wants to hear that double happen every time after that. So then we throw that in. to add something new, and then this in for some good old Chicago bounce. This area right here is very like the peak of the song every time, because you got a kick, a snare, and all of the arps. I mean, not the arps. Yeah, all of the melodies going on top of it, and it sounds just really good. Speaking of the snare, let's go over that. It's a clap and a snare layered together. This is a basic clap. Then snare. Really basic. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and start going over some mixing. So for the mixing of this harp, cut out all that low end mud and put a compressor on it to restore the punch that was brought in from the low end. For the mood bell, Pro Q just boosted the living crap out of the high end, because this sound does not have a lot of high end. It's all in like the 400 to 500 hertz range, very similar to an E piano. Then compressor to add more punch to it and make it louder. Gross beat, half speed, and 1-beat juggle just for intro and more variation. It sounds pretty great. I have my harp and my mood bell thrown to this so I can mix them and then have all that thrown into separate tracks for EQing. Then clap, compressor, EQ, just boost, add some air, snare, compressor, and you add air, add bass. And this is what it all sounds like. We have our closed hi-hats, which are I'm not going to go over until later in the song, because I have some automation on them, but they don't get interesting until then. Then open hats and cymbals, they're pretty simple. They're just there to add more energy, and then it hits right here. That's when all the drums stop. I introduce a new melody, and then I throw in 808. Okay, so let's go and go over what happens here. First of all, I'm using a very Southside technique here, pretty much. I took the original melody right here, and then I sped it up. It was lazy, but it sounds good. But yeah, exact same pattern, just sped up. Yeah, it sounds pretty great. For mixing, have Pro Q2 just cut out the bass, and then drown it in more reverb than there already is inside of Omnisphere. A cymbal. Okay. So let's go and go over some quick up with the 808 drop. Pretty much what acts as the hook for this song, essentially, without the vocal, is going to be my harp and my mood bell. So what I do is I just cut everything out over here, and then I add in the 808, which is supposed to be like this massive element of the song. Like a song, like a trap song, isn't a trap song without the bass. So I just take out everything else and I throw it in, so that hook is still going and it doesn't sound too sudden, but it makes it so that the 808 really shines. Like, compare this to this. like when all the drums are going on, you're paying way less attention to that 808. It's not like it's gonna hook you in, but when it goes from here to here, it's like you're gonna be able to concentrate in on the 808 more, if that makes sense. Like it will make it so that, well, it may seem quieter with when you just go straight to the 808. You're still able to focus in on it, which, considering that the 808 acts like another melody, that's important. So now we go through all of this, and then we get to the chorus part of the song where I just cut out the harp, leaving the mood bell, throw some gross beat on it, one beat juggle, I think, yeah, and then just throw crystallizers on the hi-hats to make them sound really sick. This is what it sounds like. And this sounds different, you know, like pretty out there, very unique. I like it. Then we go here where we just let it play out while the mood bell's still going through gross beat. And then I do this for the same reason for the 808 drop over here, because I'm about to just go crazy with the 808, and I'm about to make the 808 so dominant that I still want you to be able to hear the harp and the mood bell through all of it. Because at this point, I put Decapitator's drive all the way up, and I put it on punish mode to make it really aggressive, and I even put gross beat on it at times. So it gets really aggressive, and I want to make sure that my people can still hear it. So, and then it acts as like a bounce part. So it goes from here to here. Like, there's so much going on with 808. It's so heavy. It's taking up so much frequency range that if I didn't have this playing before, you just go right into it and you wouldn't know what to listen for in the beat. It's like, it barely makes any difference when I add them back in. But when you have that gap there to let your people like soak it in, then they'll be able to notice. For the gross beat, I just have some preset on there. I think it's like complex 10 or something like that. I'm probably gonna change it because I'm not a fan. Then we go here where it just goes into all the craziness and like it just goes into half speed there, and it sounds really dark. It sounds really beautiful. Really good outro. I'll go and yeah, I'll do my outro and let the beat right out. So if you like this video, smash that like button. If you dislike this video, or you hate me, or you just hate your life and you want to take it out on someone, smash that dislike button. If you want to tell me that you hate me, make sure you leave that down in the comments. Or if you like my channel, leave it down in the comments. Either way, you're boosting my search engine results. And if you want more content like this, subscribe. This is your boy Omega SMG signing off.